Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel. Not sure how this is going to go today, but just on my way back from Sydney, you can see it's pretty windy here. Just picked myself up a 2017 Mazda Mx5 Miata, or as they call it in the States, but here in Australia it's just called a Mazda Mx5. It's a 2017 GT, pretty happy with the car. It's a 2-litre automatic one. I decided to go automatic because I had a deal lined up for a manual, but it fell through. But this is a nice looking car, so can't complain there. The manual version I had lined up, well, the guy had plans on delivering it to me, but he wanted $1,000 extra to drop it off, and he was coming my way anyway and just wanted to throw a $1,000 surcharge on it, so I thought he could get stuffed and we'd forget about him. So the guy who had this for sale, it was his wife's car, he bought it for her for a 50th anniversary present, brand new, and she decided it was a bit of a problem to get in and out the car to drive it, and cut a long story short, the car's only done 5,000 kilometres from new. I think he said he paid about 42 grand for it, and it advertised for 33. After a bit of negotiating, I decided to buy it off him and got it for 29,000 cash, and I think I got myself a pretty good deal on that one, so it looks the part. So like I said, it's a 2-litre GT version. It's got the 17-inch wheels on it, sat nav, all the gear, virtually unmarked condition. I've had Miatas before, so or MX5, whatever you'd like to call them. Doesn't care much. I'm not really concerned whether it's automatic or not, because last one I had was a Mazdaspeed, or the SE Turbo they call them in Australia, and I had one of those in a with a mod on it, and I modded the motor up, and it was at one stage running 300 rear wheel horsepower, so I actually took that to Northern Territory and ran it in the open limit, and I might be able to find a bit of footage of that there I can put on the end of this video, so if you want to see a 300 horsepower Miata running, or MX5, whatever you'd like to call it, either way you can have a quick look at the end of this video. So overall this is virtually perfect condition, so where else would you get a car like this with a good saving? Like I said, 5,000 kilometres on the clock, and more importantly, he dropped it halfway from Sydney to where I live, and he didn't charge me anything as far as delivery goes. So inside, perfect order. There we go, just like brand new. So very happy with this deal. Anyway guys, we're back inside the cabin now, so like I said, it's got sat nav, keyless start, cruise control, HID in the LED headlights, and kick her over, put the brake on, and there you'll see now 5,000 kilometres, 5,200 k's on the clock, virtually nothing. So yeah, so everything you want. So the stereo system on the leather seats. Yeah, so I think 29 grand, got myself a good deal here. So you've got your 6-speed auto, including sports. So the sports come up on the dash, and surprisingly for a 2-litre auto it goes pretty good, pulls the hills well, it's got plenty of power. And like I said, I owned a 300 rear wheel horsepower SE Turbo here in Australia, and which was something like 350 horsepower at the crank, and I spent 12 grand on that motor, and you know, I've got no intention of going back to a hotted up MX5 again. They're just nothing but trouble. So, and the one thing about this particular car, wait till I turn her off, once you have, you know, if you ask me what's it like going from a Mazdaspeed Turbo or Mazda Mx5 SE to something like this, no comparison. This car, even though I've only driven it 150 kilometres, it handles better, it rides better. It just even rides like drives like a brand new car compared to my other one, even though I bought the other one and I had it for 8 years. Just no comparison. This is just like driving a new car. With the other one, I had the chance of, I thought about buying another SE Turbo again, but they're just old cars now, and they had their day going back in that era of 2004, 2005. And you just wouldn't waste your money on those sort of cars now. They're old hat. And I was just surprised how well this one runs along at 100, 110 kilometres an hour. Just like as if you were in the, for example, a Fiat Bath, it ran along just like a new style car, where the other ones, like, they're just old hat now. They're just, they've had their day, and they were good technology back in the early 2000s, but they just don't match the new cars. But this one is really sweet runner, so I'm quite happy with the purchase of this. And like I said, virtually brand new. No one's even been in the passenger seat. Really easy to flip the roof. You just have to get up there and undo this hook. Goes back in a matter of seconds. It's really windy out there now at the moment, so it's not really worth touching that. But compared to my old MX5, we had to put a clip one side, the other, fold it back in. The only thing I find the difference is maybe a little bit tighter in the cabin compared to a NB MX5. No room virtually at the back section here, and a little less room in the trunk area. But apart from that, well, like with this new motor in these 2 litre jobs, I think they perform really well. And there's no doubt the interior of these ones are far superior than the old jobs. So the ND version is really up their market a bit. And so overall, yeah, I'm really happy with this deal I got on this one. It was the one I originally had lined up with a white 6-speed manual, and I was going to go down the manual track again, but after fooling around for a while, I think at this stage I've got no complaints about going auto. It's a bit of a change. I haven't had automatic for a long time, and after driving this one, I thought I'd be losing a bit of power, but it seems to pull the hills really well, especially in sports mode. It's really good, and I haven't even tried the paddle shifts yet on it, and as far as that goes. And I think overall for the 2 litre motor, it does run along quite well. So between that and all the things it comes with, I think the money was fairly well spent, and got no regrets in that. And it just surprises me how well this car rides, brakes, and how quiet it is to ride in compared to the old SE I had. And the old SE Turbo, I had it for, like I said, 8 years. So anyway, at the end of this video, I'm going to throw a clip of the old car going along, and you can take a look at it and see what you think, and you can compare both cars. Thanks for looking. car coming up. Or I'll get ready for the speedo read, right?
Yeah. 190. 200. 205. 220.
220
220.
with the backpack on. Oh, was it?
220. Ooh. But it's a little bit better than when you did it last. Cars on the road.
Right?
I said too many cars on the road.